So while I'm just sitting here in the shed on the zero turn, editing the video, I kind of thought to myself, well, that intro's kind of cliche. It's old. And should it stay or should it go? I don't know. And quite frankly, I want to try to challenge myself to make a better one anyway. So you guys tell me what you think. I'll see if I can't make another one. And if not, or if you guys say otherwise, I won't put one in there, period. So put your opinions below. Hey guys, 1980 Jeep J20 truck, 4-speed manual, 4-wheel drive, 360 V8 AMC motor. Let's get into it. One toolkit, one drink, and one thing of gas. We'll be good to go. I'm just hoping that this old thing lets the fuel line fit over it. Maybe I have two options to go about this. I can either hook it straight to the car, which from looking at it, it does not have a fitting, kind of like this. Slide the hose over. It's just an actual metal line into a threaded fixture there, that guy right there. Or I could come down here and put it on the fuel pump, which is not something I want to do because that looks to be kind of awkward to get to, and you can't really get it from underneath it because of all of that. You could, but it'd be pretty difficult. And we changed the fuel pump on it. I mean, as you can see, it's brand new. So we got rid of that issue. The fuel pump should be good to go for a while longer. I'm hoping to get this running in place of my Dodge Dakota, and I am a Dodge fan through and through, but for the moment, it's not treating me very nicely right now. And it's my transmission is going out of it. It's just a Dodge issue, you know, go figure kind of deal. And at that rate, I need another truck. And this is another truck that's been laying around. It's a really cool truck, even though the front clip has entirely been replaced and has been cut out. It's still cool regardless, even though it's a shit box and a half. They're kind of rare. And why not? It's a 4-wheel drive V8 with a manual. I like manuals and I like 4-wheel drive. That meets my requirements because I live in Illinois here. And you get in the wintertime or you need to pull somebody out, 4-wheel drive is really handy. So yeah, so throughout the course of this video, I am going to be switching cameras. It should be tight enough. Now, let's pick us out a spot that'll actually attach to a regular 1/4-inch fuel line hose. Looking at it a little further, that guy right there might be a good candidate to take off and put on the back of that filter. The only problem is that filter may be plugged, so as much as I want to do that, don't have a choice. I'm kind of looking for somewhere to slide a fuel hose on, and some of the mechanics out there will understand. You kind of need a nipple like that's up on that oil thing there. You need one of those to slide the fuel hose over. And I could put a clamp on it, but it's gravity fed. It's not a very big bottle, so I don't necessarily need to clamp it, but if it starts leaking, I probably will have to. So I guess we'll go from the filter and hope that it's not plugged. If not, I got to run to the auto parts store later on and get another filter for it. So I'll get that rigged up and we'll go from there. Smallest one I got. We'll see if it works. Okay, ratchet's not going to fit. Help if it would stay on. There it goes. Now, I don't know if that fuel line is going to be happy about it or not. We'll just have to see. Try not to bend that fuel line, because finding fuel line that's metal is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Well, I'll come back to you when I get that off, actually. We have a winner. Now, just got to put the fuel filter, or not the filter. I'm going to put the fuel through the fuel filter, though. Put the fuel bottle up in there and hope it takes it. Because if it does, we'll be good to go. And if it starts pumping fuel out from right under that hose right there, that was connected to it, then that means I have fuel coming from the fuel tank. The gas, well, the reason why, here's a better explanation. The reason why I'm diving into it a little quicker than most would, like I should check the gas, check the heads, make sure all the valve train's spinning and good. You know, I should really be taking precautions, but we've had it in the shop, I think, a year ago, so we've already checked that. Now the gas, I don't know. A year-old gas, I don't think that's bad yet, but yeah. If I could, I would change it, basically saying. You guys like my fuel canister? I'm hoping that slides on there, and if it's, I wouldn't be surprised if that's like 3/8 inch fuel line. I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit. So let's just hope it goes on. See if there's any leaks. Flip it over and hope there's no leaks. Now, move all extras laying around so I don't get nothing stuck in the engine. And hop in and we'll see what happens. So who knows, maybe it'll go. Wish I could bypass that filter. If I could bypass that filter, that'd be just fine and dandy. I think I'll put a little dabble of gas down the throat and see what happens. I really don't want to just because of a fire hazard, but quite frankly, what am I going to lose? Yeah, buddy. She runs, and it was running pretty well too. See if I can't get it to run for longer than a few seconds. Maybe you'll get half a minute or so out of it. She definitely, good thing is it charges still. The amp gauge is pegged to 60, so it definitely needs to charge. Good news, it runs. Bad news, I got fuel issues then, because it's not drawing anything. I'm kind of wondering if there's not something up with a tank too, so may have to go address that. So all these trucks have the fuel fill on the driver's side, and this is probably not the best fuel cap there is, but it works. That's the important part. That could be better. I smell no gas whatsoever. No fumes, nothing. Smells like an old gas tank to me, just metal. So, I'm wondering if there's no fuel in there. I don't want to put fuel in there, but then again, you know, you gotta try something. So, I'm gonna crawl under there. Hopefully I get no Tex Omni because I haven't mowed or weed eated under there, and I probably should. I need to get up under there and so see what we have in the way of fuel lines, see if there's any cracks and whatever else have you. And if that's ironed out and there's no actual plausible leaks, which I'll probably put gas in the gas tank anyways, I'll attack the fuel filter and the lines up here, because maybe I just got a plug up here. Because that pump is brand new and we know it works. The old pump, I think, was pretty shot, so we'll go from there. I'll catch you guys back in a second. Right, just got under there. Fuel tank's all intact. Doesn't look like there's any holes. I didn't realize it, but most of the fuel lines are metal. It just runs along the side rail of the frame here, or this side of the frame. Comes up to a couple rubber hoses, jump around, frame goes back to metal, jumps around to rubber again, bend, goes. Comes up here. I think it's one of these two lines down right here. I think it's this guy right here. It runs up to the one side of the fuel pump, a couple of diaphragm / check valves. Work as there's a little arm, comes off the fuel pump, goes up inside the engine. I can't remember exactly what hits it. I think I'd have to do some research into that. But that arm gets bumped, puts pressure to the check valves open and close, push the fuel up all through this, right into the carb. Problem is, I haven't got a clue what's messed up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some fuel, put it in that tank, and hope to the man upstairs that thing does not have a leak and it lets fuel go through those lines. And I'm going to hope from there that I can maybe run it long enough off of the just baby feeding it until maybe I get lucky with some fuel getting through it. So this old girl required a little bit of assistance. It'd be better to put it on a charger overnight, but for the moment I'm going to see if I can't get it to run off the fuel in the tank. Other than that, that and my alternator on this guy's not too happy, so I can't do this for very long anyways. So I'll give it a shot and I'll see if it'll run. So this will be part 1 to this series because I'm going to make this a series for the moment. I do not have enough time or resources since our shop is full to pull this in there. Now, I don't know this for certainty, but I see some electrical wires coming back to this fuel tank. I'm guessing that's for the fuel gauge, which probably needs to be replaced anyways. But I'm kind of thinking I need to pull the bed and pull the tank, clean the tank, put it back in, pull the fuel lines, put the fuel lines in it, and then it'll be ready to run. And then a couple other things I got to touch up, like mirrors here, centerpiece for that, put the air intake back on, obviously. All the pieces for it are in there. Well, that and then fix this side panel because the side panel's just kind of flopping about. Other than that, I believe it's ready to go. Power steering worked whenever I had it running for a little bit. It works pretty well for the moment. Oil pressure, I don't know if the sensor's bad, but it budges, so I'm going to guess the sensor's probably bad. It barely budges though, which that could be low on oil pressure, which I'm going to try changing the oil first and see what that happens whenever we actually get it running. Other than that, stay tuned. I'm going to try and get this running before winter, so you'll see some videos pop up here and there. So thanks for watching. Hope y'all had a great day or a great night. It runs! It runs! It's probably going to run out. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, so we definitely have a fuel issue